Good evening, students. In our today's session, we are going to continue the play Heart of Truth written by Percival White. I think we need to start from the page number 103. Am I right? 103. Martha, shaking her head, at your age, it is a man that counts. Martha, yes, you said that a month ago. John had heard from Jonova. Balvin, what did you hear? He has gone with the Third National, you know. Yes, he is helping with the reorganization. They wouldn't take you on there. Their staff was full. They couldn't very well offer me a position as a clerk. So it is a conversation, no? The Martha, what is that? Martha, John, and Balvin. They all talk about another company. What is known as Third National, which is who is the owner of Third National? Mr. Marshall. Donovan has recently joined there, but he'll not be able to get the position because they have already recruited all the employees. There is no vacancy there in the company. The staff was full. They couldn't very well offer me a position as a clerk. That was what they told you. Mr. Marshall said he wouldn't employ a man who was just as guilty as John Grisham. So here John says, Mr. Marshall, he will not give he will not give job to a person who is equally guilty as John Grisham. Okay. Balvin says he's not like that. I'm not, he says. John, who knows it, Balvin, everybody will tomorrow. So he says he's not as guilty as John Grisham, but nobody will come to know that no. So, but it will be proved in the court the next day, he says. Will they believe you or will they think you are trying to save yourself? So, what will be the perception of the people who are seeing your trial in the court? Because will they believe your words or else they will think you are trying to save yourself? So that is why just you are speaking against John Grisham. I found out a day before the smash, says Baldwin. Who will believe that? So he says he has recently he comes to know about that problem, smash or what is that? Bankruptcy only recently. But who will believe that? They will have to. John, how will you make them? I'm afraid I will find that against you wherever you go. So people will not believe your words. Says John, you are testifying against John. Won't make things only any better. So just if you are going to speak against John Grisham, you are going to give evidence against John Grisham, that will not find you a better place than the existing one. If you ever get another job, it will be with him. So if you are not getting any job, it will be only provided. It can only be provided by John Grisham. No one else will believe your words and give you a position in their company. He says. This is a startling idea to Baldwin, who shows he's really surprised by the words of his son John Grisham Baldwin. If Grisham doesn't go to jail, he will start in business again, won't he? So if he's not going to jail, if he's not punished, he will continue his business again. And he cannot offer you anything less than a partnership. See, if that is the case, he will give you a partnership. He'll be completely obliged by the act because he has helped him to get out of the jail, so that he'll be ready to give him partnership in his company. So this is the idea of perception of John. He says these words to his father. Balvin, a partnership? John, with 100,000 capital, you could put in the business, Dad. So if he is giving you $100,000, we can equally invest along with John Grisham. Am I right? Balvin John looks appealingly from one face to another. They are averted then. You want me to take this money? There is no answer. Say yes, one of you. Still no answer or no. I couldn't go into partnership with Grisham. So what do you want? You want to take this money, which is being offered by this John Grisham. Say yes or no. So no one is answering either yes or no. So he says he is confirming that he is not ready for the partnership with Grisham. Okay. Martha promptly, why not? Why not you take the partnership along with Grisham? Balvin, people wouldn't trust him. People will not believe Grisham because he has been already. What is that? What has happened? John, then you could go into business with someone else. This you'll get money and you can start investing in some other business along with someone else. Dad, 100,000 is a lot of money. So $100,000 is a very huge amount. Balvin walks to the window, looks out. God knows, I never thought this day would come. I know, no matter how you try to excuse it, I know that. If I take this money, I do a dishonorable thing. So, whatever you may say, you may try to say something to convince me to accept your idea. But according to him, it's a dishonorable act to accept money from, what is that? Accept money from John Grisham. And you know it, you, all of you come admit it. So you all know about my characteristics. How are you trying to convince me to accept your ideas so that I'll be able to get the money from John Grisham and to support him in the trial? John, nobody will ever hear of it. Nobody will come to know that you are helping him out so that you are getting money out of it. John says, Baldwin, but among ourselves, John, whatever we are to the world, let us be honest with each other, the four of us. Whatever people, outside people may think, I don't bother about it, but we should loyal to each other. He talks about his family members. His glance travels from John to Evie, whose head is bowed, from her to his wife, who is apparently busy with the knitting. He raises Martha's head, looks into her eyes. He shudders, shams, liars, hypocrites, thieves, and I know better than any of you. We have seen our souls naked and sting to Almighty Heaven. Well, why don't you answer me? No. Here, no. What does he want them to say? No, here just he says they should be loyal to each other. They should be honest with each other. No, he looks at each and everyone's face, starting from his daughter's face to his wife's face. So he calls them shams. No, the shams are the people who cheat others, liars, those who tell lies, and hypocrites, pretenders, thieves. So he is not. If he can be categorized one among these person, he can easily get the money from his boss or his friend John Grisham. He is not one among them, so he will not be able to get the money and he cannot save him. So you answer my question. Now you say he's us. Martha, it is wrong, Robert. Baldwin, it is not. So Martha says it is not wrong to accept money from John Grisham. But Baldwin says it is not right. John, 100,000 is a lot of money, Dad. So John is repeating the same sentence. $100,000 is a lot of money, he says again and again, reiterating the importance of money. Baldwin nodding slowly. You can look into my eyes now, my son. Can't now just look at my eyes and say, John, Dad, why did you refuse? Wasn't because you were afraid of what you would say. So why don't you take the money? Why don't you help your friend? So do you think about our ideas? What we'll say about it? So here, abruptly they separate. Evie weeps in silence. Martha, being less emotional, blows her nose noisily and fumbles with her knitting. John scouts out of the window and Baldwin near the fireplace clenches and unclenches his hand. Someone is coming. So just they all talk about to accept all these people know the three of the family members, son, daughter, and wife of Baldwin. They all want him to accept the money, So that is what happening. At the time they feel someone is coming to the house. Martha hand, who's it? John, I cannot see. With sudden apprehension. So he says with sudden fear, it looks like Mr. Marshall. So just know someone is coming. It is there is an entry of Mr. Marshall. It is being announced by John. Baldwin, Mr. Marshall, the doorbell rings. He goes to a window commanding a view of a doorway. It is Mr. Marshall. So again, Mr. Marshall. So again, now only they hear the sound of the doorbell and it is Marshall. Baldwin, it is Marshall. Martha, the president of Third National. So who is Marshall? President of Third National Company. Baldwin, yes. What does he want here? Evie, shall I show him in father? Baldwin, yes. So here, So Martha just reminds him that he is going to face the trial tomorrow, so that he should concentrate on what he is going to speak with this Marshall. Baldwin, yes, yes, I will look out. Evie re-enters, opening the door for Marshall. So Evie opens the door for Marshall. Marshall coming into the room very buoyantly. Well, spending the afternoon indoors. How are you, Mrs. Baldwin? He shakes hands cordially, and you, Baldwin. So he comes cheerfully. Buoyantly means cheerfully. And are you all spending this afternoon indoors? By staying inside the house, he's asking, and he asked about how they are, Mr. Baldwin and Mrs. Baldwin. Is it okay? We were just going out. Come, Evie. Marshall, oh, you need not go on my account. You can hear what I have to say. He turns to the head of the family, Baldwin. If you feel like coming around to the Third National sometime this week, you will find a position waiting for you. So here, Martha, no, she gets ready to go out of the room. But Marshall, no, he says that they need not go out of the room, because whatever he is going to convey to this man, John, huh? What is his name? Robert Gresham. John Gresham. What is his name? John Gresham. So they can hear whatever he is going to speak to John Gresham. If you are coming to the national this week, no, we will be giving you a position. We will be offering you a job there. No, he's announcing that there is a job awaiting for this man, Baldwin. But do you mean that, Marshall? Are you really serious? Is it real? He is asking. Marshall says smilingly, I wouldn't say if I didn't. He continues more seriously. I was in to see Gresham this afternoon. He told me about the offer he had made you. But he knew that no amount of money would make you do something you thought wrong. Baldwin, he paid you the supreme compliment rather than go to trial with you to testify against him, he confessed. So he says that he has already met that man, no, Gresham, and from the conversation he had with Gresham, he has come to know